people, we're live, we're direct with the one and only Jahfe, okay, aka Esther. She's here, she's live, and you know what? I'm so looking forward to talking to this Empress, this sister. But you know what, sister? I want you to introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are.
My name is Esther Fortune. I am a lead singer of a spiritual movement. We've been at it for a very, very long time, since I would say my first incarnation into this life.
Yeah.
And just still at it, always uplifting, always enlightening. And that's me in a nutshell.
Wow. But you know, you say that's you in a nutshell, but you're also a part of a great band. I know you're into your spirituality. I know you play instruments. And I'm sure there's many, much more things that we could talk about, I'm sure. But how did it all...
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Tell us. What was you going to say?
I was going to say, you're right, of course. It's just when you say introduce yourself, you don't have 1,000 years, so you have to say, in a nutshell.
Yeah. Definitely. But how did it all start? How did this journey begin? How did it all start for you?
How did it start for me? It started off me laying on my bed as a kid.
Wow.
And I would put my leg against the wall. The wall used to be cold. And I used to say, this is what I want. And I would just picture me flying on the clouds and just dropping like little lights on people and just dropping. I don't know what it was at the time. I didn't know it was knowledge. I didn't know it was love.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to give. And it progressed to me going to musical theater school, and it progressed to me meeting Sasha and us actually saying, we have so much to give. There's so much to give and so much to get, right? It's always an exchange. So once we realized there was so much to give, so much to get, and so much time, we said, let's just start. Let's just begin this journey and see where it takes us. And we always knew at one point it would just become bigger than us. We just didn't realize that we would get as big as it is, because you grow as the journey progresses. So it's been a beautiful journey. I don't think there's anything in this journey that I would say stand out as like a particular thing, because every day, even on the days that there was nothing happening, there was growth somewhere. So I can't really discriminate and say, oh, it was this tour, it was this song, it was this show. It's just every single day has been like a step towards today.
Yeah, definitely.
In 2021 with you, djkat.
Yes. So, you know, what is your role, sister? What is your kind of role in a nutshell, I suppose, either for the band, for yourself? What do you do?
I always hear people say I don't want to sound cliche, and here I am about to say it. I think my role is basically, I feel like a light bulb. I've always felt like I was a little flash of light.
Yeah.
So wherever there's like confusion or a lack of clarity, here I am to kind of boost you towards the clarity, or to open it up, or even if it's like the jester, you know, Esther the jester, they used to call me.
Yeah.
Even if it's to make people laugh, whatever it is that needs to be enlightened, that needs to be brought to light, that needs to be uplifted, to just have a breath of fresh air. I think that's how Americans say it.
Yeah.
That's what I am. I feel like in my journey, I've always felt like, oh, when I'm feeling down, who's gonna bring me up? And I'm like, no, it's you.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do. And even in the band, I'm the vocalist.
Okay.
I am the writer. So, and I'm the melody maker.
Yeah.
So I just bring the groove. I'm just trying to always groove, always vibe, always move the energy. So that's how I see myself. I see myself as just an energy mover, and I just bring love wherever I go. I have to have it around me.
Yeah. But you know what, sis? I've got to ask you, now that you've said that, I've got to ask you, who's there for you? If you're always bringing this light, you're bringing this energy to everyone else, you're doing this for the band, everything else, what about you?
Well said. I get my replenishment. Okay, so I'm glad you said that, because I never understood why I would spend at least 2 or 3 days after a show in bed with no light. I didn't want to be around anyone. I would listen to music, but I didn't want to be talking. And at one point someone says, "Oh, that's Jiva-ish," and I was like, "Okay, should I ignore my feelings? Should I ignore the fact that I feel like there's a pile or load of washed laundry on my back, and I have to carry it?" But I realized that was my way of cleaning out the energy, because on a stage I see people's faces and I'm just pulling out whatever dilemma for the week. I'm pulling out whatever negative energy, literally cleansing a whole crowd. And I'm just this open vessel, and I take it in. So what's for me is those few days when I just get to be by myself. If I want to cry, I cry. If I want to take a bath, I take a bath. And if I want to just meditate for the whole time, I meditate, because those days are always in meditation anyway. So that's how I regroup, I replenish, and then after that, I'm ready to go again. But that's what I have for me. And also, I think what's important for me is that when I see someone, for example, I give lessons too. I give guitar and piano and vocal lessons. I used to do that as a kid, so I still do it sometimes with people that I love. And to see someone who was not able to express themselves musically, who was not able to do something, and then finally they're doing it, that brings me so much joy. I get like teary-eyed just watching a kid say, "Oh my gosh, I love this song. I can sing it now." I'm just like, yes, that to me is like everything. So that's how I get so much from it too, that I can't just say I'm giving. As I'm giving, there's something there that I'm picking up that I'm getting from me. So it's so reciprocity. There's so much reciprocity there that I can't be a hypocrite and say that it's not.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. 'Cause when you said it, I was like, what about this girl, man? What about her time?
Well, with a bunch of men in the band, all I do is like, what do you need? What do you need? What did you want?
So, I know as well you play the guitar, the piano, and you sing. You're a great singer as well, fantastic at singing. Where did this kind of passion for music, how did it all begin with the passion of music, singing? How did that happen?
I know for a fact that this is not my first time around doing music in a life. I know that this incarnation, it came in with a thunder, because I came as a kid. I'm like, shut up, Esther. Like my diaphragm was punching people's ears since I was a kid. So and my dad did music also. He passed away in 2019. May he rest in peace. My uncle, he has been a musician and artist his whole life. I have so many different family structures within my family that do music, and so I know I'm in a musical family. We're a musical soul family, so I know it's in there. And besides that, I feel like I was always like an entertainer. If I wasn't actually singing, I was literally getting a big drape or whatever. I would put it over some type of thing, and like I would say, "This is the curtains. I'm opening them." This is me at 5 years old. I'm opening the curtains. Here I am. I would invite the neighbors and everybody, and then like I would give everybody their role. You're gonna play this role. You're gonna play that role. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm always putting somebody in my mess. So I think like I said, I think it's always been there in the bloodline, in my soul. That's what my spirit does. It's just kind of, I come out with the music. And if I'm not singing, I'm humming. If I'm not humming, I'm having a dream about me singing. So it's there. It's implanted.
I like that, for real. You're like, what do they call it? Like a branch or a leaf off a tree. For real. I like that. So, you've opened shows for so many great big artists, Damian Marley, Steel Pulse, Toots, and the list continues. What was that like?
It was always a beautiful thing to watch how it's done at that level, first of all. Because in the beginning, I just always loved the intimacy. I loved being able to see who I'm performing to and to see their reaction.
Yeah.
And then when you get to that level, it's more like, okay, now you have almost like half of an arena, you know, the festival type thing, and they're all like simultaneously jumping at you. So just being in that type of, also the production is different, the stage is different, the sound system is different, and you also feel like everything's being heard. So I would always come out as if I was the headliner.
Okay, that's good. I like that. That's good.
And even if they notice or not, I'm giving it as if it's the very last show. And I do this at a small club. That's what I think people love about the band, is that I will perform like that if it's the bartender. The bartender's like, it was just me. Why did you just do this? I'm like, because it might be the last time.
I like that. The energy is real. But did they give you any advice, or did they speak to you, these particular artists?
I actually got to work with them more than just saying a hi bye. Especially the Marleys. We work in the studio. Steel Pulse, I know their producers. We've worked together. So it's not really a thing of them giving me advice. Matter of fact, it's more of like, did you like this melody? Should I rewrite this part? Did you want this? Okay, because I'm more like, okay, let's just get to business.
Yeah.
And it's weird because these people, I would meet them not at the shows, who just happened to be booked together, but I would know them and be working with them in the studio before we even get on stage together, especially Kimani Marley. Working on his album Radio is so much fun. So I really get to work with these people more. So I don't see them as like, oh, that's an artist. Like, it's more like, oh, that's Bob. You know, that's Jared. And they'll see me backstage, they're like, oh, you're here. I'm here.
I'm here. I like that. So, with that being said, how do you kind of prepare to go on a stage? Because I'm sure it's not an easy thing to do, to perform in front of thousands of people. How does that prep happen?
Between you and I can't wait. Like, I hide it so my musicians don't see. But after a while, now they know. Because they see what happens on the stage. Like, my drummer will say, next time you throw your shoe, make sure you let me know so I can duck at the right time. If there's something to climb, I'm climbing it. I remember at in Switzerland, Montreux Jazz Festival, there was some type of pole. I'm like, I need somewhere to put my microphone to get up there. So I was like, yep, stuff it in the bra. Here we go. I went up the pole. I grabbed it. I was like, please don't fall. La, 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 la. I cannot wait. There is no, I'm scared. What's going to happen? I don't have that. I really don't. Like, that's why I empathize with other people who go through the nervousness. I empathize with people who feel some kind of fright. But to me, it's like, I can't wait to eat it up. If my sound is good, don't stop. Let's go. Like, if it's delayed, it's like, I love like a monster on the inside, but on the outside, I'm like, hi, thank you.
I like that.
You know,
fearless.
Namaste. But inside, it's like, Nama go.
You're fearless. But you know,
I can't wait.
Your band is like an eclectic band. You know, there's hip hop, a little bit influence of rock I can hear in there, dub, reggae. How does that influence? Is that yourself or is it all of you?
It's all of us.
Okay.
It's all of us. Because I would say the way that I entered this planet was through Haiti, right? So I was really like plunged into so many rhythms that were not 4/4 beats. So it was always like, so that not even island vibe, it's more like an African roots type rhythms. And then when I moved to the United States, I kind of got into more of, okay, so this is Motown, okay, this is jazz, okay, this is that. And then to me, it all was like one big sound. So other people can pick out the hip hop, they can pick out this and pick out that, but for me, I'm just putting everything in a bowl and mixing it. My guitarist was like a metalhead, so he was perfect. My drummer that we created most of our stuff with loved top 40 music, like pop radio stuff, so it worked out. And Sasha, with his background with like the rhythms from Haiti, it was just a very great mix. My horn players loved the Hispanic type of horn lines and that Afro-Cuban type thing. So that was in there. So you feel everything because they're all bringing it. But by the time it comes together for me, I'm like, that's right.
Yeah.
It tastes good.
It sounds good. It sounds good. And then, you know, with that being said as well, what influence do you put into the band?
Say that one more time.
What influences do you put into the band?
Okay, so aside from writing the music, the melody, I would say before we get on stage, I'm more of a, okay, this is where I think we should go with this. And then they would start working on something, or I'll bring the melody. Okay. I would say, or I'm sitting in my room and I'm like, I think I want to write about this because I was just talking about it and like it resonates with me, and I'll start writing it, and I'll tell my drummer, I'll tell Sasha or someone, and someone always says, okay, let's put that, and someone else comes in and says, I want to add this. It's a nice mixture, but me, I'm more of a, once you have something else now, I'm like, I like this, but what if we turn it this way and look at it from this angle? They're like, oh, okay, that works too, and it will add to that. So I want to say that, I'm a very intricate piece because I do write the melody and I do have to do the final vocals and to butter it up with the harmonies and all that good stuff. But they put in so much that by the time I add my own fix to it, it's because there's something really good to work with.
Wow, for real. And tell us about the name of the band, because it's a very unique name, Jahfe. It's such a unique. Tell us about it.
Well, Jah is like a Jah is a deviation or derivation, what's the word? Derivative of Jehovah. Right? If you break it down, Jehovah is just Jah. And in Fe, there's two meanings you could put to that. Fe is like faith in Spanish. Or Fe in Creole means to do. God does, faith in God. Right? Depending on how you're looking at it. But the true meaning of Jahfe just means creation. We are the creations of Jah. And this is what God has made, you know. But I feel like when the name came about, it had an original meaning in it, and then it became something else. It took on its own spirit, where it just became, you know, like birth, you know, explosion, that first pow in your face.
For real. Yeah, because you know.
So the meaning now is just pow.
Yeah. No, because when I first come across you guys, I was like, Jahfe, wow, what a power kind of moment. It was wicked. I was like, I like this. I've got to get to know them a bit more, read about them, understand them, and then here we are again. So yeah.
This is amazing.
Anytime. And you know, I want to know about the Third Eye Manifesto and how that album kind of came about, how it kind of happened. How did that all happen?
Third Eye Manifesto, believe it or not, was like in the makings 8 years before it even came out.
Wow.
Because I'm always writing. I always have a pile of stuff I'm writing. And Sasha was always writing also. But I think most of the songs that I sang were completed first. As a matter of fact, if we listened to our first thought, Third Eye Manifesto would have been like part 1, part 2, CD 3, CD 4, CD 5, CD 6. There's so many songs that we had to cut out because it's like, okay, there's a max, you know, you have to stop at some point. Now, I feel it's different from Solution, and it grew from the Solution because it became more refined as far as the sound, right? Solution sounded like really live in your face, whereas Third Eye Manifesto sounded more like a studio album that we sat down and polished, and it was. We had more outside producers come in and work on it, outside musicians. So my guitarist would say, okay, I know I can play it, but what if we had so-and-so go play it because I like his sound. So we were more picky as far as different sounds that we wanted. We didn't just settle for, okay, you're in the band, so you play this part.
Yeah.
And even for the background vocals, with me, I naturally don't care for singing all my background vocals, even though that's what I do. I can arrange, but I love hearing someone else's voice mixed with mine.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Singing with me is beautiful. But me singing with another woman is beautiful too, or another man, and just mixing that is beautiful. As far as the topics are concerned, I think third eye is the opening of an intuition. Third eye is the opening of what is inside, or what you can seeing ahead of time.
Yeah.
And funny thing is, that's what was done in the solution. A lot of things were prophesized in the solution, especially the earthquake in Haiti, certain things that were happening in the tsunami in Japan, certain things that were happening were mentioned in the solution, but that one should have been named Third Eye.
Yeah.
But by the time we came to Third Eye Manifesto, it was like everything was coming into fruition. We were seeing that all the things we talked about are now happening, and we could settle and talk about things that were coming from inside. That's why I wrote For Jah, which is talking about me as a woman who's really seeking, okay, why do I do this?
Yeah.
What's the point? From a female perspective, and knowing that most bands like that are fronted by men. Yeah. So what is different with me? Why am I fronting an all-male reggae band, which is not seen a lot? Yeah. It's either like a single artist, independent female artist doing her thing, but not really like fronted by a band. It's amazing because I've never really felt like a girl per se. Yeah. I've always felt like just an energy. I never felt like I was a girl. So, and it made sense when I speak. Sometimes I speak really low, and it's like, okay, young man. My mom calls me in the morning, and she's like, I'm sorry, I called the wrong person. I have to call her back and say, Mommy, it's me. It's Esther. You do this every morning. So with my voice alone and the way I think, sometimes I'm like, I'm not a chick. Yeah. And then at times a girl comes out. So what can you do?
What can you do? But I was going to ask you about that actually, being a female in this kind of male-dominated business. How have you kind of just come out and just been you? How has that happened?
I feel like, I have to stop saying feel, but it's the truth. I feel like everything was planned way before. Yeah. My soul picked whoever was supposed to be around me to kind of guard me as I moved around. It's almost like, I don't know, the way Beyonce walks around with her guards and stuff. Yeah. That's how I did it with my life. As far as like, okay, when I start this, I want this kind of energy around me so no other male comes and try to take over, or female come try to break up and mess up where my mind was at. So with Sasha being around me, I got the opportunity to be myself, and he was not trying to tell me what to do musically, artistically. Of course, we talked about spirituality, about life and growth and his knowledge and the movement. But as far as my melody, what I want to do, how I execute something on stage, if I want to jump into a crowd, which I did a few times, I'm never going to do that again.
But you hurt yourself.
And so other people got hurt trying to save me.
Oh no.
But truly, it's because of the fact that I had that protection around me, and me not feeling like I'm just a girl in this. I felt like an energy. When I'm on stage, I don't feel my boobs. Yeah. I don't know they're there unless like I have to do something and they're in the way. Yeah. But even then, it's afterwards that I realize I bruised myself.
But you know what? It's so inspiring, and I love the fact when a female is just owning it. Yeah. And when we've been seeing lately a lot more females come out, such as Lila Ike, Savannah, Katalyst, Coffee, and the list continues. And I love it. I absolutely love to see it. And the fact that you are on this interview now saying, I'm owning it. I don't care if I'm a female. I'm owning it. You know how inspiring that is, and I hope people kind of take from that if they're male or female. So big respect for that every time.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
And you know, you've also been a Grammy Award winner. How did that feel?
Yes. That was one of the highlights of that year.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it's funny because we weren't put up against other reggae. We were against like R&B. We were against hip hop. They put us against like jazz, funk, and they were really amazing bands. But because of the fact we were all of those things, worked out really well, because they heard the reggae, they heard the funk, they heard the hip hop. They're like, oh, she has the R&B, and she has background vocals, and she has horns, and she wants to jump off the stage. It was an amazing experience, because you don't expect that as a reggae person or a reggae woman, man, anything. You're like, Grammy, really? And it was really early on in our beginning. It was very early. It was showing us like, listen, to me it was one of those things that said, listen, the world cannot stop you. It's limitless. You put the limit on yourself. If you think you're a reggae band, then you just put yourself in that. But reggae band is a huge thing, because that's one of the genres that allow you to speak about things that other genres don't pick or don't choose or not able to talk about, not able to sing about. They just recently started accepting, you know, speaking about God on the radio. So it's one of those things that it's a blessing to be able to have that avenue, to have that outlet, and to really be and to incorporate the other sounds in there and still not interrupt the reggae-ness. Definitely. So winning the Grammy, of course, for my musicians, it was one of those like, yeah, we did this, we're here, they know it. But for me, it was like, yeah, so there is no limit. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Yeah,
I like that. But you know, with that being said, do you feel like we should have our own award?
Of course.
You know what I mean, yeah? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, only because, let me tell you this. If I want to be brutally honest, I don't think awards tell the person what's going on. If you're amazing before the award, you're amazing after the award. It's just something you put there, people see it. Other people who want it are jealous of you, and it's like, listen, if you're good before the award. The award is not going to make you good, right? With that being said, I also hear many reggae artists who are nominated, who win, but are not invited to these major ceremonies.
Wow.
And because of that, that's why I said, well, make your own. You can't be trying to get on someone else's stage, someone else's platform. And if they don't invite you, don't get mad, because you just do your own. Have your own, and then you won't feel like you have to wait for them to say you're good. You know what I mean? Or for them to give you that accolade, that validation, and then for you to feel like, okay, now I'm doing something. Or they invited me this year. Ooh, now I'm great. but you can't really fault certain people, because if a company or if a group of people spend the time in the marketing to make something feel like you must have this or else, like most cosmetics and jewelry and clothing places do, like you must be wearing this or else you're not the ish. You know, if they spend that much money and you feed into it, then you can't help but think, you know, I wish, why did I win and not get invited? But like I said, to the depth of it, you were doing it because of the love. You were doing it to share a message. Win or no win, you were great already. Yeah,
definitely. But I just wanted to say as well, I know Dubwise, they're doing dubbies. So I want to big them up for starting off something cool and, you know, starting off something new and fresh. So I big him up, Jason, definitely. So,
Oh, big up Jason.
yeah, because I know you've got an event coming up with them, haven't you?
You've
had the
several
event
events already.
Wow.
Yeah, we've had several events with them. As a matter of fact, when everything kind of opened up again, as far as like performances, we were the first one to open up at the Oasis.
Wow.
Do a whole show there, and he was thinking of doing this show once a month, just one Sunday a month. But so many people came out, just thirsty to get out, and we hadn't played in so long. So many people came out to see the band. And he's like, all right, I guess we're doing this every Sunday. And it's been really good so far. I think he had Jesse Royale and he had Joe Mersa. So he's, it's been a really good. He's growing that place all the way up.
Oh. Big him up every time. So what's next, sis? What have you got coming up next that the listeners can look forward to? I'm hoping that you're going to say you can come to the UK, come see me.
Yes. You have no idea what you just said. I want to.
Okay.
I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to make sure that it's done right, of course. It has to be done right. I don't want to be dragging a bunch of guys behind me and they're like, what's going on? I'm like, wait, don't worry. Faith. Have faith. So most people don't want to run on faith like I do. But what I want to do is I want to come out to the UK. I'm putting out my music. I'm doing that currently, writing with some of my writers and my musicians from Cali. They're sending me good stuff. So we're working on some things to put out. Also because of the fact that my mindset has shifted.
Okay.
I know a lot of times in the songs in the past, we were talking about pointing to the problem, saying we need a solution. And I don't feel that there's a problem anymore.
Okay.
I don't feel that we need to find a solution. I feel like we are the solution. I feel like if every single person says, I'm not going to do this anymore, then that thing has stopped.
Yeah.
If everyone stops hating, there's no more hate.
Yes.
So we are the solution. I want to focus more on self-growth. I want to focus more on the evolution of the self, of the consciousness, and just be more into spreading love, and light.
Yeah.
More of that. Because whatever you put your focus on gets bigger. If you focus on war gets big. If you focus on violence gets big. I agree with people who want to march and bring the awareness, but the time to bring the awareness is over. Now we're all aware. You see what I mean? The internet has made it where like you can Google and see what's going on. You could just go on your social media and see what's happening. We don't need to be aware anymore. We need to just take ownership of what we know and just be better people. Yeah.
Action speaks louder, as they say.
Yeah. Can you imagine if everyone wakes up, every single human wakes up and says, wherever I go today, I'm just going to bring love, joy, and just be a breath of fresh air for everyone around me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we need.
That'd be amazing. That would be something else. That would be absolutely amazing. But you know what? I wanted to ask you, because there is a lot of young people out there who are suffering, who are in places where they don't know where to go. They don't know what to do with themselves. There's no centers, etc., etc., etc. What advice would you give them, or what kind of energy would you say to them?
I know it's hard sometimes to hear something that we're not ready to hear.
Yeah.
But there is a point within us that is always ready. There is a center that is always ready to hear that. We, meaning you, I, every single person, is worthy. Every single person is here for a major purpose. We are here, and we've chosen to be here at this very moment because we matter. Every single person matters.
Yeah.
And the best place to go is inside. You go inside and know that you have everything you need at that very moment. You have everything you need. And to just focus that light inside and know, not just believe, not guess, know that everything you think of, everything you imagine will come to pass. You can't go into it saying, oh, they said to do this. No. focus. I know they use the word meditation, but just focus. If you can't sit for a long time, focus. Give yourself 5 minutes. Focus. Breathe. Breathe into that. Breathe into yourself. And find that center. Align yourself.
Yeah.
And after that, even if it's 5 minutes, you feel better. And better feeling thoughts will come in your head, and better instincts will come into your head.
Yeah.
And you can only accumulate that more and more and more until you start seeing what aspects of this that you should be looking at. Oh, okay, there's this way I can do this. Things start to shift the minute you shift inside.
Definitely.
Right? So if we just center, go inside, go deeper, and just realizing first and foremost, not if we can, now that we can, since we can, what are we going to do with that responsibility?
Yeah.
Since I am able to feel good, how am I going to feel good?
Definitely.
And anywhere you are, because I grew up in Haiti. I grew up in Haiti where I saw the people in the mud, and I would walk through the mud, and I would want to go play in the mud. And I understood that that's not what makes you less than.
Yeah.
That's not what makes you sad. That's not what makes you unfortunate. The unfortunate soul is the soul that does not know he or she is worthy.
Yeah.
Build that self-worth. Know that if you're not dead, it's because there's a huge reason for you to be here, or else you would not be here.
Definitely. Wow, what inspiring words. Definitely true. For real, sis. And I know you have your guitar there. And I'm going to ask you to play. You know that already, innit? Look at the big smile.
Yes!
I love that. Hear you great. Hear you great.
Oh, man. All right. So this song is called Sometimes. It's from Third Eye Manifesto.
Yeah.
Never really performed it on stage, and I wanted to do it for you guys. And I think the message is critical. So to me, it's all about the message. It's all about what's being said and how it's being received. And I hope it's received with love.
Always.
And with joy and with care.
Yes.
Sometimes the ride is long, and sometimes the fight is won before it begun. And when the song is sung, oh yeah, and all is said and done, the sun will shine, 'cause you don't have to fight to really be the winner. Yeah, it's alright, 'cause things sometimes get worse before they can get better. What have you really won? Why don't you tell me, what have you really done? What have you really won? Why don't you tell me, what have you really done? Yes. Yes, your light is on. You'll find the thunderstorm, and there should come, 'cause you don't have to fight to really be the winner. Yeah, it's alright, 'cause things sometimes get worse before they can get better. What have you really won? Why don't you tell me, what have you really done? What have you really won? Won. What have you really? What have you really?
Wow, sis, that was amazing. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that is a good question. What have you really done? What have you really done?
What have you done? At the end of the day, what are you actually doing? And what have you won?
For real. Most definitely. This interview has been an absolute blessing. I am so happy to be speaking with you and feel your energy and your vibes. You know what? It's been a blessing.
It has for me. It has for me. You have no idea. I told you, you have no idea what you're doing for me today.
Wow.
So thank you.
Anytime. Absolutely welcome. Anytime. Any new music, anything like that. You just want to link up on WhatsApp, Facebook. Just let me know. Let's do it.
Yes. Same here. Just send me a text. Hey, Esther, let's get on Zoom. Let's chill.
Yeah.
Let's chill. Netflix and chill.
Why not? Because I know yourself. I know you go out and you do lots of different resorts and things like that. Is that correct? So is there any final thoughts you want to say to the listeners out there?
Final thoughts. I think it's good that I did that song because now I brought in my mind, like, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's all about where you're coming from. If your intention is true, it's good. And we create our lives. So whatever it is you want to do, you can do it.
Yeah.
There's no limit. Now, especially now, we know we can make fire, we can make magic, we can move, we can bend, we can water bend, we can air bend. Magic is real. Explore, and remove all of the things that the matrix that this world has says that we can't do. Just remove them and just explore, have more fun, and above all, love. Love yourself, love each other, love the trees, love the birds, love the bees, love the plants, love the dogs,
everything.
Love the cats.
everything.
Love the guitar. Everything has consciousness. So love everything. Every little thing. Your ring, your glasses, your AirPods, they all have consciousness. So just be mindful and just be loving.
Yes, definitely. And you know what? I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. Is it day there?
How can it go wrong? How can anything go wrong now? We're gonna do a segment intending that the rest of your night is gonna be amazing, and it's gonna be even better. The rest of my day is gonna be super and just
You got this. You know what? We have to keep on connecting, as we said, and keep on doing more of these because you definitely energies for real.
Thank you so much.
And I can't wait till you come to the UK. I cannot wait.
The first person I'm calling is you.
Woo!
I'm gonna say, listen, I'm coming. Tell the people, please come out. It's me.
Yeah, you've got this. You know what, sis? It's been a blessing. And as I said, when you're ready, send me over your WhatsApp and we'll link and connect, definitely.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. All the listeners, thank you so much. It's been amazing.
Anytime. Blessings, sis. I thank you.
Bless.
Thank you. Speak soon.
Yes.